Just give me a moment. I will take the cordless mic so that it will be easy. Okay, you can start this thing. So how many of you visited Japan? Then anyone is there? Okay, you want to visit Japan. Very good. Then let's start the journey now. By the way, what is this term? Anybody knows? No. Because I understood my session will come in the afternoon, so I put it good afternoon. It's a konnichiwa. So everybody say konnichiwa. Aur ek baar. Good. Arigato gozaimashita. That is, thank you very much. So I'm very delighted to be here, and thanks a lot for Dr. Sridharan and the management team of Marwadi University to give an opportunity to speak in English in this year also. So far, all my fellow speakers and last 2 days you are listening what to do. What is the concepts and what are the things we can do in smart computing, AI, IoT, big data and all those stuff, okay? I'm not going to talk all those things, okay? Let's get into how to get the job done. So what are all the concepts and how we can do the work, then I'm going to explain. Because some of you already don't want to work for a company, rather you want to start a company of your own. So these presentations, please watch carefully. So it will give very good ideas to you so that you can start your own companies either now or later, okay? Okay then. I'm going to talk about the smart computing applications mainly. How the way that so far whatever you guys are talking for last 2 days, how we implement exactly in Japan. I'm going to give some kind of examples. So you can make a note of it also. I'm not going to touch upon who I am, already spoke, so no issues. I'm presently working for the Skysoke Engineering Company Limited. I intentionally added this slide because of what we do is, we do that kind of a measurement system and device and control, mainly focus with simulation, okay? This simulation in terms of exclusive distributor for this COMSOL multiphysics, which is nothing but that infinite element method to make a mesh in the design phase and R&D phase. So this is a Boston-based company, but we sell in Japan with all the automotive industry, semiconductor industry, and all other industries. And the next one is Smart UQ. Guys, please you check these terms. I'm just giving you the terms only. Even I am not an expert, because in my company almost total 50 employees are there. All the 50s are PhD holders. Okay. This kind of a simulation will definitely going to help you, which is nothing but Smart UQ. Again, it's also US based product. It's uncertainty quantification. This is the term is emerging in the market called uncertainty. So when you do the design, any product or components, all these things, some multiple, I'll just give a simple example. You have a car, you have in the driver's seat, so you have the steering wheel, where the wheel is rotating, the tire is rotating, there is an axle, the axle you controlling through your steering wheel, okay? So multi-bodies are joined together, it's working. So the internal bearing also there, then only your tire is moving. So in order to compare all the parameters, to minimize the variations, your dimension should be proper. Otherwise, if you add more variability, you will be killing the product, that you are less lifespan of your product. So Smart UQ plays a major role there. This also everything's probabilistic method, statistical method. So you guys just check this term and understand yourself. If anyone is interested, make a career out of it, because aerospace industry or automotive industry, everybody going to use this. Sorry. The other one is called Flex. Flex also is a Switzerland product. It's nothing but circuit diagram automation. If electronic guys who are interested, please watch that one also. Okay. Then on top of that, recently, 3 months before, I tied up with IIT Madras for this product called Zyma Analytics, and number one is Dwani Analytics, and a Bangalore-based company called Switchon. What Zyma does, they have a kind of a waveguide ultrasonic sensor. Suppose, for example, you have a big pharmaceutical company, or your tank with milk and stuff is there, big tank, 10-meter tank with one 1 meter diameter. So where you have to check your temperature in each point. Because such a 10-meter big tank, normally what they do, if this is a tank, you normally puncture with adding thermal sensor inside. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 like that. That will cost you heavily. On top of that, you have to measure so many number of transmitters to get the data. Okay. Instead of that, this company provide only one sensor with a long ultrasonic sensor, put a waveguide on the top, it goes until the end, and it completely measures with a multiple points, not only the temperature, it measures viscosity, temperature, density, and your level. Suppose your gas cylinder is there at home, you want to check what is the level of the gas at present, how much it remains. Somebody will shake it, you cannot understand. So you put a small sensor at the bottom of the thing, it will measure the level also. So this company recently won the National Award of India. So I have tied up it, I am selling this product into Japan, recently conducted exhibition, this is a fantastic response. I am keen to listen from you guys also, if any innovative products, let me check in Japan and be your marketing person, okay? And second is the Dhwani Analytics. Dhwani Analytics also is another company, is also IIT Madras based company. These guys generated, all of you know the Chandrayaan 3, it's landed in south part of the moon. You are aware, no? That entire rocket product, the parts have been non-destructive testing basis inspection done by this company. It's called pure AI, used analytical intelligence, adding AI, they did this product. It's a pure AI solution for non-destructive testing. Where you are making a big ship building, you can check the entire ship welding without demolishing it or cutting it. You can check the entire weld at one go. And it's easy. And big petrol tanks are there. You would have seen in the airport or somewhere in the seaport. Because normally such a huge tank where they store the oil and gas, there is a tendency to get rust. How you will check the rust? If you deploy some 5 to 10 people, they have to do 3 months to complete one tank. Whereas by deploying this thing, just 2 to 3 days, you can completely check the tank. Where the hole, where the rust, all those things you can detect. And the last one is Switchon, is a Bangalore-based company. This guy is also one of the startups. This gentleman is worked in NVIDIA camera and started the company. It's very fantastic. You can put any kind of a components or even in Unilever or any consumable products. You can keep where the label is proper. For example, this label is correctly placed or it is in angle or the words are coming properly. If any mistakes in the address, everything it checks on level. In case some foreign particles, some hair is inside, it will detect. So that kind of a package, I am trying for marketing this product now. So these are all the ideas we can get. Now I'm going to talk about, anyway I will skip, anyway you can keep on traveling with me. Let's go to Japan. Okay, so far I'm talking about the generic stuff. So how many of you know about Japan, where it is? Somewhere near Gandhinagar? Okay, that's okay. Okay. See, Japan is a country, predominantly it's a technologically oriented country. It's a very closed with island mentality and it has its own challenges. Like what we have in India, that similar challenges exist there also. Something is a demographic challenges, economic growth and natural disasters. Okay. So why I am talking about the challenges, these all going to give you a prompt, finding out new ideas. Even though you are living in Rajkot, you can find some solution for Japan's problem. Okay. So it's a low birth rate, nobody making kids, schools are getting closed. And world's first ultra-aged country. Now I could call my country because I am living there for last 30 years. The average population is almost 12 million, out of which 30% of the population are 65 years above old. That's the reason after entering this room, I am happy to see many young faces. Oh, all young, good. Because in Japan, everybody go like this. Without walking stick, they will not go. So, and the 65 year age above are contributing 30% of the population and shrinking workforce, no workforce. Okay. And mix of problems has pushed many young people postpone marrying. No marriages happening. And labor shortage. And the other last one is called hikikomori. That is withdrawing from the society, which is a mental issue. People, they get angry about the society. So they withdraw and stay in the home, which is called 80-50 or 70-40 problem. That is 80 years old parents taking care of the 50-year-old son at home or daughter at home. And 70 years old parents taking care of 40 years old bacha at home. So this creating a social problem. Almost 1.75 million people are all at home. They are not working. So, and economic growth, I will go. Ballooning cost of welfare. The GDP is only 1.3% sluggish growth. Okay. And ballooning debt. The country is making more debts. They're printing money also to sustain the economy, which is almost 264% of the GDP. Okay. It's the highest one in the world. And weak Japanese yen. Now recently, normally I get, if I pay $1, I get I pay 110 yen to get $1. Now I had to pay 152 yen to get $1, which is currency issue weakening. Japanese yen is weakening. I will tell you why. Japan is a country, there is no natural resources. Nothing. The only vegetable comes is our bamboo shoot. The bamboo stick hota na, uska, that you get only shoot. That's the only vegetable I get in my own country, in Japan. Rest of the things, brinjal, tomato, everything imported. Apple comes from Tasmania, and onion comes from Thailand. Chili comes from Thailand only, and China also exports potato. Okay, various such stuffs comes. And Chile also sends bananas, and Philippines also sends bananas. Also, if you see, interestingly, all the vegetable has a OK sticker, because Japan is a very quality conscious country, high quality. Even buy a brinjal, then it will be OK sticker. Each brinjal also, okay? So that kind of a quality is there. And commodity prices are increasing due to Russian-Ukraine war. They are paying everything in dollars. Lelo bhai like that. They keep giving the dollars. Apparently, the dollar stock is going down. So the Japanese yen is weakening. Anyway, growing inflation and there were Russia, Ukraine war and Israel-Palestine event, everything adding the prices, inflation. So domestic household not spending money. Everybody tightening their purse. Okay, natural disasters. We have all the natural disasters. You name it, we have. If you want, I can give. Okay. Earthquakes, average 1,500 earthquakes happens almost in a year. Every day is a small earthquake. Now my body is tuned up to magnitude 5. If 5 comes, oh, okay, chalo, we are like that. If below 5, I don't care. If new guys, if you are coming first time to Japan, then you will be even for 1.22, you will be shaking. So, but Japan, the chances of survival is very, very positive because everybody undergo the training from the childhood. In the school, we teach all the children how to survive the disasters. If major, you would have seen the newspaper or just check in Fukushima disaster in YouTube also. In that one school, normally what happened, they conducted drills. The drill happens every year, twice. And similarly, the hospital nurses also, they had to lift the patient and run to the top floor. This is it happens physically it happens 2 times in a year. Reason is we had to remember and practice. I survived the 7.8 earthquake when I was in 30th floor in my office. It is happened in 2011, March afternoon, 2:40, it's a Friday. I was talking with Philippines, having a conference call, and it was shaking like hell. And immediately building management announced, please get out near the glass wall because it's a corner room. Once, if there's a catapult effect, the building will be shaking like this. Then if it throws your body, you will get the body after 2 kilometers. So, and tsunamis, volcanoes, typhoons, but they have a fantastic weather forecasting system. Even you guys can explore something in a weather forecasting system. Precisely they will say, today wear a jacket, it is 7-degree temperature outside. People will wear that. Every day morning we watch news, then only we'll step out. Because it's government say, today put dry, you can dry the clothes. They will put delta or round or cross. If delta means your clothes can halfly, it will dry, not full dry like that. So it's helpful for the women's, household women, so they can do that. So on flooding and mudslide, global warming, sea level rising, last point I just added. You guys have to buy a plot. For us, we get one full island and free. Because recently there was a volcanic eruption. Immediately one new island formed, 200 kilometers away from Tokyo. So that also happens. So these are all opportunities for you. How to predict, how to do that. That I showed just now before that Zyma Analytics is a Chennai-based company. Now they are checking in the sensor to check the temperature of 1600 degrees of lava. I'm conducting in Fuji mountain. I'm nearly going to the volcanic eruption. I'm just putting the sensor to check that. It's a ceramic sensor. Okay, again, this also your interest area. Japan is, because of the population decline, all these things, the research papers is coming down. I'm very happy to see that so many 425 papers within such a short period you guys are making it. Japan is not having that many papers at present. Because the quality of papers, there are a lot of Nobel laureates who are there. But Japanese government is not too much funding to this. And because of that it's sliding. Now it's in the 5th place. And papers in the top of most cited articles also is coming down. Okay? Anyway, just I'm giving. It's steady but slipping, not quality of the papers. Okay, now we are getting into our territory, it's smart computing application. Anything you do to make your job easy is called smart. So it may be called smart living, smart manufacture, smart agriculture, smart health, smart city, smart mobility. Nowadays, like that one-man scooter kind of a thing, it's plenty in Tokyo. Everybody take the thing, go to the station, park there. With a mobile application, they close, and their money is deducted from their app. And this guy take the train, go to his next place. From there, he take one more scooter, he'll go. That's why it's happening. And most of the companies, why this is necessary first? Why you guys are asked to do this kind of smart computing or smart innovation kind of? The reason is now most of the time the companies are looking for some 3 major aspects. They want to sustain the business. In order to sustain the business, first, find and create new business ideas and develop new products, number 1. Number 2, or if you have some existing technology, build something top of that. Okay, and develop a new product by doing some value addition. Number 3, or you already there is a product, something like this, some product available. So why can't you develop something new on this? You can add some technology. Maybe I'm giving one more option. Maybe Japan at present, where the 3 industries we are focusing. One thing is now semiconductor, number 1. Number 2, clean climate change, clean environment. Because global warming, government has fixed 2050 is a target to reduce zero emission. That's one more area, carbon neutral. Okay. Number 3 is EV, electric vehicles. If 3 areas, even if you guys can create something, come out with some ideas, definitely you will have a chances. Okay. Even that other company, I have a topic also. This kind of PET bottles are plenty. Japan normally they drink, even smaller than this thing also, 110 yen. Drink and throw. But now, is there any solution for this? Can we replace this plastic bottle with the climate change? Please, if you have any idea, contact me. We need that kind of a thing. So we can, Coca-Cola, we can completely give the solution. Okay. And smart infrastructure. In Japan, mostly the municipality, transportation, transit ports, airports, railways, your utilities, water, electricity, gas, everything is piped there. There is no cylinder. That's the reason if one house, if you find somewhere some small fire accident, in my house next to something happens, minimum 10 to 12 or 15 fire engines will come. The reason is houses are made up of wood. I can knock the door, then immediately it's only wood only. If one house is get burned, it will that sequence, the series of houses will be burned. So immediately, you can't believe, 10 to 15 fire engines will come, immediately will come, and 5-6 ambulances will be ready. Because first they want to control the fire so that it's not spread everywhere. Okay? So that's why this utilities, others, because on gas, everywhere the gas is completely on the ground. If something happens, the entire the road will burn. And so digital health normally, because since all the other speakers are covered, mainly these issues are aging infrastructure, aging maintenance personnel. We never know how many times we are going by this Rajkot bridge. Are you ever checked? Are you safe going on the bridge? We don't check. Sab log ja raha hai, we will also go. But you have to check that periodically. Japan implement this kind of a systems, mainly for using AI, IoT, drones, big data, deep learning, sensors. Everywhere they put sensors. Even our car parking, no persons. The car, when it enters the parking, immediately it identifies with a smart chip. Whatever the distance, the sensor calculates, okay, this is the car, this is the distance, okay, this is entered. It's completely unmanned. Nobody are there, because there is no people first. So automation is necessary. In India, you have plenty. Everywhere one building needs a SR, ISR, plus we can keep entering in the parking lot. Nothing, that kind of thing, absolutely nothing in Japan. Not only in Tokyo, any part of the Japan, you cannot find anybody. So let me get into that. Japan government, what it does. You guys are like research topics like DRDO or Japanese, Indian government are supporting various research aspects. Similarly, Japan government have the initiation called SIP. It's nothing but Strategic Innovation Program Promotion. They identify various topics. Infrastructure is one topic. Agriculture is one topic. Mobility is a topic. For each topic like this, for example, see, infrastructure itself, this is with the collaboration of university and industry collaborate together, they do the research. Out of which, for example, the first one is research and develop inspection, monitoring and diagnostic technologies, mainly to assess the infrastructure damage. Is my bridge is okay? Anything is, any the problem is there, like that, they have to check the thing. Number two, research and develop structural material. What kind of material my pillar is a steel or aluminum or wood, whatever it may be, they have to check. Again, number three, research and develop information communication technologies. Okay, once you checked, but you have to collect the data and communicate. So your information technology comes. Number four, okay, now you accumulated the data using the research robot and develop the robot technologies by doing prototyping, inspect, diagnose, how efficiently you can do the checking without intervention of people. That's also a possibility. With all 1 to 4, research and develop, they create an asset management so that any company can use access into the data, get the stuff, and they can check it. This is only just for infrastructure. For digital health is separate. Each ministry have each professor's name. Kyoto University, Tokyo University, Yokohama University. All the professors with Toshiba, Fujitsu, Hitachi, these kind of companies will join together, Toyota. They all fund together. They do the university industry collaboration kind of projects. You can, in case if you want to check anything, I have given each of my slide will have the link, the JST, Japan Science and Technology.go.jp. JST.go.jp, you can find some of the topics. Mostly, luckily nowadays, they're publishing in English. For example, I'm just giving you one example. This one topic, research and develop inspection, how many subtopics are there? You see, I'm just giving you only one. Out of this one topic, there are 34 projects have been identified. And this has been distributed to various university people, the university industry collaboration. They can do this kind of research. Some use cases. Hereafter, let's talk practical. All blah blah is over. Now you talk only practical. Let's go. This is Japan is how most of the time Japan almost people travel 2 hours, 3 hours, like it's like Bombay coming from Pune to Bombay kind of. But the trains are running in more than 100 kilometers speed. Normal train, your metro train. Bullet train is different. That is 300 to 500 kilometers. I travel for business trip. I leave Tokyo in the morning 6 o'clock. I go to Hiroshima, which is 1,800 kilometers. I go within 5 hours. Go and complete my meeting. From Hiroshima further, like as such, I'm traveling from Delhi to first Chennai. From Chennai, then after finishing the meeting, from Chennai to Kanyakumari I'll go, which is Fukuoka. After finishing that, I'll take the last flight at 8 p.m. and come back to Tokyo at 11 o'clock night. So one day trip, I cover 2 meetings and have food at home. So that's the way Japan works. And time is very important for us. Like everything goes same track. Almost more than 30 to 40 trains will go within some half an hour, like within fraction of seconds train leaves. And which that Yamanote line is the one of the, there are 153 companies are there, out of which these companies This green color train, it is one of the main lifeline for Tokyo. All the employees travel by this. Average only one station called Shinjuku, which has 3 to 4 million passengers travel every day. Out of that station itself have 180 exits. So to monitor all these things, this train is very important, which runs 2-3 minutes. Every 2-3 minutes it goes once. So they developed a condition-based maintenance using IoT technology. When the train runs, they have to check the railway track as well as the compartment and the traction, electrical traction. Everything they check through sensors and collect data, and every periodically they check, do the maintenance. In this way, the benefits is, earlier they used to do manual, so they had to stop the line for 1 week, then do the thing. Nowadays they are not stopping. It keep on running, you do keep doing that. Second is one more AI transmission. These are all the electrical wires, big electrical wires. You guys have to check how it goes, because otherwise if it is any storm, something happens because of salt damage, because it's made up of steel only. If any salt damage happens or any kind of breakage happen, everything it can be detected by, they develop the kind of a small robot. Can you see in the top? It goes from top to bottom completely, and it checks with the robots, with the cameras, vision systems, completely take the data out and put through IoT, it goes to the computer and they detect. And more than the human intervention, it's clearly, precisely says where the problem. Even human cannot detect, this system can detect. They build this kind of a small things. Even Japanese university students always, what they do, there is a place called Akihabara. Even Akihabara is a place of electronic mecca, we call it. You get all the products. Normally these guys, either beer can or a Coke can, they tilt it, make a cut, they put all the sensor and these things, and they put it a small satellite which can go 300 meter away, high, and make the images and send. These kind of things, if you want to buy any kind of a components, it's easy. So that's the reason they keep on creating. And nobody can beat manufacturing aspects in Japan. Japan, everything process oriented, very, very highly methodological, process oriented. Repeat process, you cannot beat them. Similarly, any team sports, you cannot beat them. So similarly, that way they do the manufacturing. Again, this company called Mitoyo.ai development.com. So you can think about something like this for your own application. And there is an indoor, it's called flyability. Very interesting thing. What happens, your bridge is there, but below there is a water, a river, you are crossing a river, railway bridge or something. But how you can detect the rust below the material? You are not sure how much it has been deteriorated, the material. So you have to, in order to check, they made a drone. Inside the drone, you can put this. This is not working on GPS, rather it's working on LiDAR. Okay, like light detection and ranging. These kind of things also is possible, so that is simultaneous localization mapping. It goes however the program. So that is no need to fly in the outside. Even this kind of a closed hall, it can check. And similarly, wherever the nuclear power plant, wherever a hazardous place, plants and factories where you cannot go, these kind of things, you can put it in the camera inside the drone, close it and fly it. That's all. It will go and detect and take images, and it will give you the predictions. And one more thing, I am coming to the smart community area. This is where it's recently started in Japan, kind of a smartjapan.org, in which what they do, they want to create a hub and spoke model where your central energy system sits in the middle, and your building energy management system, because all this kind of a building, we consume electricity, water, gas, and all those things. How much electricity is consumed, everything controlled by this building energy management system called BEMS. And homes, similarly. Japanese, because since they travel 2 hours to office, when they go back, they take bath in the night. So their bathtub to be hot. So this guy put the application so that at 30-degree temperature, I want the water. So by the time he reaches home, that his bathtub is heated. So he will go and directly enter. Similarly, home appliances. His rice cooker is ready. He programmed with a Panasonic rice cooker. By the time he goes, that rice will be there. He put rice in the morning. By the time he plans, the rice is cooked. So the moment he goes, he take bath and take the rice and eat and sleep. Nobody have the time to do that. That's the reason. So in that way, home's energy management system. So the central energy management system, what it does, it creates the energy, supplies to the homes, buildings, everywhere, and it collects the energy also. Whatever is not utilized, that energy they are reselling to the other companies. And these also drone services. I will just simply cover this one, not to get in too much detail. Hitachi has developed a drone integration information. You can have multiple application of drones, using drones. So out of which what Hitachi does, they collect the data using multiple robot manufacturers or robot rental companies. I can go and take a robot rental company and use for my application and give it back. And they collect the data and created a portal. And they give that information to construction industry, so that that guy whoever want to excavate the thing, then he can go and refer this data. Okay, I can go and do that. There may be some minerals there. All this information available here. Mine plans, electricity, gas, financial insurance and infrastructure, and logistics. Everywhere they use the drone. So the drone is attached with each industry services by work type. They offer information to the industries. And one more case study, roads. Now you have to check the roads. Now we completed a bridge, now we have to come to the road. What happens in roads? Again, it's also LiDAR. Can you see this yellow color long this thing, which a truck is moving at the fast almost 60 kilometer speed, which detects what all the 1.5 meter depth. It checks what is any cavities there below the roads, or any other damage inside the road. Everything it checks, and immediately every 100 meters it reports. Every 100 meters it reports. So, and this kind of a data. So the municipality collect the data and check it and give the solution. And immediately they repair it. Okay, so that in that case, they protect the long-term maintenance, unnecessary stuff they protect. Okay, next one similar, but not roads, but it's in the sideway, where you have these are all high-speed road. It's have the camera on the top also. How it does? It provides the 3D images, because the previous one just focus on the roads. This system covers side walls, any damages are there. It creates the entire 3D image of the roads, highways. And immediately if any abnormality, it informs the road authority called NEXCO, NEXCO. So that way also we use LiDAR technology as mapping, mobile mapping and GIS and 3D cloud data. That's the technology used here. This is also interesting, again, under the plant. Wherever you cannot see the images, where the oil leaking, where some kind of a noise is coming, there is no light, and there is no meter is proper functioning. For everything you can check through this system. It's called AMI Insight. It's a AI-based abnormality diagnosis. Wherever the human cannot enter in a narrow space, it frequently checks and reports. So you can attend only those problems. So again, the technology used here is AI, IoT, deep learning technology. Okay. Yeah. And one more thing. I told you, Japan, there is no resources to work. It's not only in IT, it's everywhere. So blue collar jobs, plenty, nobody is available. So what's happening? We have to mix the concrete. You have to construct a house. Basic concrete, foundation is made up of concrete. To mix the concrete, the experts are, whatever the knowledge, one thing is we can get the formula and record it. But what here they do is a batch plants. They do with a monitor. In Japan, what happens? They will not disturb the public. Outskirts of the city, a big plant will be there. They mix the concrete mixture and bring it by the truck, and it will go to the respective location to construct the house. So there is no disturbance at all. So here what they happen, they collect data in 3 areas. One thing is the image data of the mixer. This is the mixer. And second one is like your image data of the inside the hopper, where the hopper is stored. And third is acoustic data. Suppose the hopper is rotating properly or not with the sound itself. If it's rotating this kind of RPM, your concrete mixture will come in a proper way. So they collect all the data and put it in a formal, the AI form. And they build it. And based on that, they judge whether this concrete mixture is appropriate or not. Make a just yes or no and failure at like. So this will be used for various building construction. Again, I'm just giving an example. Even people can think in whichever industry. There are a lot of uncovered industries you guys can think about. I'm getting into smart agriculture. I don't know how much time I have. 2 minutes, okay. Then I will not touch much. Then I will close it quickly. Smart agriculture also similarly. It's called agri-tech, smart farming, precision farming. Maybe I'll cover it in a summary. Like in Japan, there is no people again. So all the one farmer can handle some 2 to 3 acres of land. He does the entire thing. Nowadays, what's happening through the 5G, what Dr. Shamla also explaining about telecom, 5G, 6G, that kind of a thing, technology, somebody sitting in Indonesia and Vietnam, that guy is operating so that these tractors, everything moves in Japan. Because we cannot hire people also to come to Japan, visa issue. So a worker is sitting in Indonesia is operating with as a game. Here in Japan, the tractor is going up front and forward, like plowing the land. Okay. And the technology used mean AI, IoT, drones, big data, cloud, that kind of a technology. Mainly we check, these are all the smart agriculture category. Agriculture means not only the plant and thing. It's plant, animals, like somebody grow pigs and poultry farms and cows. Everything it's used. Okay. And even to check the animal health, we have developed a robot. The camera will go in the poultry farm and it check each poultry, each chicken that okay, everything is fine, any temperature, everything it monitors and updates. So if you go to the poultry farm, interesting there. So animal waste management, everything. There is a last one thing called agriculture damage control. I will tell you interestingly one more thing. Because wild boars are plenty in Japan. Bears and wild boars. It will come in the night, eat away your agriculture stuff. Good. Same here. Wild boars. I will give a solution also for that. Maybe you guys can develop. So this is a kind of, anyway, I am not going to touch. Everything is automated now. This is a value chain of agriculture. Mainly plowing and land grading, transplanting, sowing and cultivation management. Then manuring, harvesting and the business management. How to sell the product, whatever you created. Even until that time, this is a total called smart agriculture. In each area, you can develop your own identified solution based on the pain area. Similarly, goal of the smart farming system is nothing but field collection data, weather data, how much water you have to use, everything you can collect it. And once you collect the field data, it should be transmitted to your database. Once the database field data accumulation happens, then you can extract valuable information and again feed to the farmer through their mobile phones. Okay? And these are all some of the research areas. I will just skip it. You guys may already know. Use cases. This kind of a hydroponics, because water shortage is expected by the minus 39% in the world by 2025 or 2030. So, whatever, please don't waste water. It's very precious now. Without water, we cannot do anything. So that now they are also putting that all hydroponics kind of a system. Whatever necessary, only that kind of a drop water goes. Now, vertical farming happens in Japan. However, this kind of a tall buildings, all the floors will have agriculture, hydroponic model. Most of these kind of plants are located near the power plant, electrical power plant, where they get a subsidized rates for doing the agriculture. They grow lettuce, your spinach, all broccoli. These kind of products are all grown in-house only. It's all vertical farming. If you go to outside, it looks like a big building. Inside is full of agriculture, each floor. Maybe for strawberry, go to 5th floor, like that. So that's this kind of a solution also used. I will not touch upon this. This is a pure big system to explain. It's Japan's agriculture. As I said, for drones, similarly, they come out with a big soil data, farmland, map, everything collected at one location. So they disseminate the information to all the farmers and the product producers. They are combining with the full agriculture government of value mapping. This is very important. Where the seeds, most of the seeds, how you can use the AI. There are various seeds available to put it in the field. So whether this seed is good or not, even for that thing also, a human eyes, they are checking one by one. But it's taking long time. They develop the AI system. It checks very quickly, maybe 5 times more efficient in judging the germination. Because germination means whether this seed can produce some good crop or not. So for that purpose, they use the AI. And robotics, I already covered. Somebody sitting in Indonesia and Malaysia, they are operating it. Again, drones, they use for spreading the fertilizers and even making noise to keep away the bear and wild boar. I will come the next example. Just see, this tomato picking. When the automatic plant, it works in the night also. The robotics works in the night. It go and checks what is the correct ripe tomato, it plugs and put it in the basket. Everything it does in the night. And instead of some of the universities in Japan also, they use this kind of a container-based farming. Your big truck, they have a containers. Instead of that, whatever I said, the vertical farming in the big building, that similar concept, they do it in the container. The waste container, they put it as a research labs, where they grow all vegetable, like greeneries, can you see on the right side in the wall? They grow some spinach and vegetables like that. Again, hydroponics, AI, IoT, sensor and camera. These are all the things they use. Instead of we go to the market comes to us like that. Yes, to address your questions, they developed for wild boar, there is a flying scarecrow. It's like, the automatic, at houses we use the automatic cleaner, vacuum cleaner. Yeah, it goes, it's called Roomba, R-O-M-B-A in Japan. I don't know about India. That Roomba system goes and cleans the house everywhere and comes back and get into the consent with the power station. It gets charged on its own, again it goes. Similar pattern, in the drone which kept in a location, that lone base tower, if it sounds and detects any animals comes, immediately it goes up and it makes noise, brrr, like that, and immediately that animal get away from there. To give one thing, I did a pilot project in my company, the previous company, which is nothing but like this. We created that Roomba technology for the scarecrow. It will go and fly so that it threatens the crows and wild boars and come back like that. And this can be attached with the solar power panel, so where you get the energy and throw away the animals away from this thing. Scarecrow. And recently I saw, this is smart mobility. See, have you seen this kind of a thing which uses in e-commerce? Amazon uses very much to make the product here and there. I surprised to see this NSK company made the motion control. Because of COVID, not many nurses available even to touch the patient and put them in the ICU or somewhere. There they developed this kind of a system which smoothly and program it, it will go automatically to the respective department, ICU department or any of the general ward in a hospital. It goes and park the patient inside so that doctor can attend. Similar, this thing also is everything through Bluetooth. It's called last 1 mile like that. So I told from home, the person uses this kind of a thing. People normally use this. They fold it. They completely fold it and carry in hand. And get into the train or taxi or flight. They go to their destination. Again, they open it. And from there, they sit and go to their home, their respective destination. So this is the model we use. Okay. I am not going to talk about this thing. This is a very high fund space. People are now started space research. I don't know how many of you guys you are doing here. In the space, the base station antennas, even to download one data from space, whenever the orbit, that satellite comes there, only you can download the data. Instead of that, the ground station, multiple antennas in everywhere. Maybe in Nagpur, Delhi, Bombay. Each, that base station antennas are being collected and get the information. Okay? That's all. These things are all worked in. Restaurants, because again, no people, nowadays you come to Japan, you will use this kind of a robot coming and giving you food. So that's all. Only thing is I want to give some few unsolicited advice. Please don't give up and never ever compare yourself with others. Each one of you have your own skills and power. Don't give up. Okay? Whenever I say no means next opportunity. Okay? And whatever you have skills, just focus on that. Don't overdo things. Whatever skills you have, only focus on your skills. Not to compare yourself 100%. Whoever may be in this room, please do that. And never give up. I always listen. If somebody says no, in my ears it will come next opportunity. And similarly, end. No, effort never dies. And similarly, fail. Somebody say you are failed. Oh, thank you. It's the first attempt in learning. There is a second attempt also. So I can learn. What a big deal. Even though at this age, I don't know many things. That doesn't mean I'm not a dumb guy, no. Every individual have your own power. Please realize, do that. Okay? That's all. I gave fear two meaning last. Either fear negative essence, you forget everything and run. No, I don't want to do. No. Or there is a positive way to look at it. Face everything and rise. Okay? Japan is a tough market. I am living 30 years, creating with all odds. So if possible for me, you guys can also do multiple things, do wonders. Thanks a lot.